You know, my mom once told me when I was a young kid, I don't know, maybe 12, 13 years old. My dad had died when I was 10, and my mom took over that role of like guiding me, you know, and she's like, look, Grant, you are the people you hang around. You know, at 12 years old, 13, you're going to resist everything. All the wisdom of your parents is resisted. But today, I know it's true. In fact, today, I would take that great statement that my mother made and say, you're not just a product of your environment. You're a product of all that surrounds you and your environment. That includes the people, your beliefs, the TV you watch, the newspapers you read, the friends you have, the movies you watch, your hobbies, your interests, your family. Everything else that you're involved with influences your environment. And to the degree that your environment is either healthy or unhealthy is going to have something to do with the products that you're able to get out and the quantity at which you can put those products out. You know, I talked about the flu in an earlier segment. Every winter season, the news people spend hours convincing you and your family that flu season has come and that you are now susceptible and that millions and millions of people will get the flu. I remember when the swine flu hit, okay? I think there'd been 10 people affected in the United States and they called it an epidemic. I'm like, man, if that's an epidemic, I mean, what is the definition anyway? I don't get it. A couple hundred people were affected by the swine flu, and they're worried about everybody getting it. This is merchants of chaos. And it infiltrates into our society and scares people, okay? And fear, you know, mystery, not sure, is all causing people to become negative, okay? And not operate and move into apathy. Do I think that some people will get the flu? Sure. They're going to get the flu. Hey, they're promoting it. Okay? Now, I don't want you to get the flu. I don't want anybody to get sick. But the point is this. You know, the condition of your mind is going to have something to do with whether something good or something bad happens to you. The media gets everyone thinking that everyone's going to get the flu. They got everybody worrying about the flu, talking about the flu, reading about the flu, right? Everybody starts being consumed by the flu until they finally get it. The media does the same thing when there's economic turndowns. They start promoting recessions and actually make times tougher than they actually are. And then everybody starts to perpetuate the problem. You understand? They further this problem on. Oh, you scared me. Now I don't want to spend money. Now he's scared. He doesn't want to spend money. Entire countries become frozen by what is promoted via television, newspapers, radio. Entire nations of people's attitudes can be shifted from positive to negative in order to influence the actions of many people, so just maybe a few benefit. See, newspapers and TV have been used for years to influence the attitudes and actions of many, okay? Look, you could just go back over the last 40 or 50 years, and you could actually see the activity level in America dropped as TV, newspapers, radio, the internet have infiltrated our society. Well, what am I talking about here, okay? I'm talking about you right now. I'm talking about how you control your attitude. You know, if millions of people's actions can be altered by the news, certainly your attitude can influence one other person for either good or bad. Would you agree with that? See, the difference is they disseminate 23 hours and 59 minutes a day. They have negativity hitting the public like constant, nonstop, streaming video, negativity. Celebrities doing this, crazy stuff, economies rolling over, car crashes, plane crashes, war, terrorism, just constantly. Well, hey, how nice would it be to hear somebody say, no problem? See, even the medical profession agrees that most mental and physical disease is actually psychosomatic. Psychosomatic means of the mind. It's not really a disease. It's not, it's in their mind that it's a disease. This has been proven in tests, in actual scientific tests where placebo pills, that is a sugar pill, given to a patient has as much effect as medicine that they want to sell you. Even though the placebo is nothing but sugar, people believe it'll help them, and so it does. I think the response rate is about 22% because I told you it would work. See, that's mental. See, I believe the single most valuable asset that I have in my life today is my ability to stay positive. When everybody else is losing their mind, and the place is burning down, and everybody's running to one door, I'm like, don't lose your mind right now, Grant. That's probably not the door to go out of. When the whole world says, oh, I got to buy real estate right now, hey, don't lose your mind. When they all got to go into the internet stocks, don't lose your mind. The ability to maintain control of your mind when everybody's freaking out, when they're worried, they're crying the blues, they're blaming, they're criticizing. Man, if you can stay positive in that moment, your head's and shoulders above everybody else. By staying positive, you become the obvious leader of the group. People will start to follow you if you can maintain that positive attitude. If that position in life is desirable to you, to lead, to be looked up to, you need to do everything possible today to protect your attitude first, to protect it from everything that can bring you down. That means you need to take some preventive steps and guard yourself against other people who may actually have an agenda of bringing you down, of making you negative. See, it's not enough to just be positive. You have to protect yourself against other people that maybe have a commitment to being negative. You know who I'm talking about. You're thinking about them right now. Friends, family, work associates, mom, dad, cousins, uncles, aunts. People close to you, man. Might be somebody you sleep with every night. Negative. That doesn't mean you get rid of them. It means you need to impact their life and change them. And look, if you can't change them, you might want to get rid of them at some point. Attitudes are like a disease. Okay? They are contagious. A good one's contagious and a bad one's contagious. Your enemies are not your problem when it comes to attitude. It's the people close to you. It's the people you love that are dropping in little messages to you every day. Man, economy's bad. You ought to get a real job. You should get a salaried position, honey. You're putting us at risk. Did you sell anything today? Why not? See, you're working too many hours at work. You're making the same money we made last year, but you're working harder and you're not home enough. See, all that could start infiltrating. Would you agree? Look, if I came to your house and I brought a bag of garbage, I'm like, hey, I'm going to come over for that party today. You mind if I bring a couple, maybe two or three bags of garbage? Would you let me do that? Drop garbage off? No. Would you let me whisper in your kids' ears? You're not going to be anything. You're going to be a little loser just like your daddy. I don't think you'd let me do that to your 6-year-old kid. That's exactly what's happening to you every day with all this bad news, the gossip, the criticism, troubling news, other people around you talking about stuff they don't even know. You're allowing mental trash to be dropped off in your environment, and it affects you. You become infected, okay? So here's what we want to do. I want to get a commitment from you. No negativity allowed, period, in this environment. Call my office, and we have these signs that actually you can put up in your wall on a plaque, okay, and it says no negativity allowed here. You need to make a commitment to keep it out. Your life depends on it. Your happiness depends on it. And your future prosperity and financial freedom depend on your ability to keep your environment positive.